When was the last time you see an anti-bully ad? Yes, I'm aware I talked about all the atrocities and tragedies that's going on right now, but I've been thinking about this for like years and months. I'm like, I haven't seen an anti-bully ad for so long, but yet bullying is all I see. Growing up, I had assemblies in elementary school and middle school. People would come to the school and talk about the dangers bullying brings to people. Like, I was bullied, so those assemblies really made me felt heard. High school, they stopped, but I would ask my sisters or any younger people, like, when was the last time you had an assembly about bullying? They're like, what are you talking about? Y'all don't have assemblies anymore? I remember growing up, I saw so many like anti-bullying ads and anti-bullying campaigns, and now I don't see any. The lighting is not the best, and I'm folding laundry, so bear with me. But anywho, yeah, so if there's no bully ads, if there's nothing encouraging people to be kind to one another, how is anybody going to be aware that they're a bully? How is anybody going to be aware that they might be a bully if nobody condemns them for picking on somebody? If nobody really calls them out on their behavior? If other people tag along or agree with what harmful statements a person has said? I've seen some TikTok comments that hurt my feelings, and it wasn't even directed towards me. It will be somebody posting a video and I just go to the comments and boom, comments are negative. The top like 5 comments that have the most likes are extremely negative. And I'm like, do you guys have no heart? We tend to forget that the other person, that person across your screen, that person on the other side of your screen is a human being. They have feelings. They have a life. You don't know what a person is going through. You don't even know if that's their last reason, and that pushed them off the edge of this planet, that pushed them to leave Earth. You never know. And just because you might agree with a harmful comment, just because you have a harmful comment to say to somebody, does not give you the right to say it. Because if you can't say it in front of that person's face, you better not say it. And even if you can't say it to their face, shut up. Just don't say it. I'm tired of seeing people crying on the internet because somebody wants to be a jackass and ruin their day, ruin their self-image. How dare you make fun of a person on the way they smile? How dare you make fun of somebody the way they laugh, the way they dance? How dare you make another person not show a sign of happiness because you make them feel insecure about it? Because you're so insecure, you gotta drag another person down with you. How dare you? How dare you? Do you have no shame? I feel like everybody's so quick to just do whatever they see. Just because somebody wants to be a jackass and comment something doesn't give you the right to like it. You're encouraging that. What if that person takes their own life because of that comment? You don't even know. Like, it feels like a Black Mirror episode. Like right now, I feel like each day since after 2020 and what happened with 2020, life has not been the same. It really hasn't. And when I'm talking about like, I'm not just talking about like, oh, there's no bully ads and stuff like that. No, I'm talking about like, there's no humanity. That's what I'm mainly trying to focus on. There's no humanity at all. You would hate, just despise the idea of another person commenting negatively about how you look, about how you talk, the way you act. Make fun of something that you were vulnerable enough to share. You would hate that. So the fact that you inflicted that on another person just shows how evil you are. I get it, everybody makes mistakes. I get it, hurt people. but keep it to yourself. I feel like not enough people follow the golden rule. And I can admit myself, sometimes I don't think. Sometimes I say what's on my mind in a time of anger. And that's something I know I need to fix. That's something that I gotta take accountability on and not to inflict on another person. I have to do better. To change, you have to be aware. That's the first step of changing, just to be aware, just to accept it, just to be honest with yourself. See, that's why I said, like, I literally had a video talking about transparency brings community. Because if we were honest with ourselves and if we're honest about one another, and we have a safe space to be vulnerable enough to be transparent, the world will look like a happier place. And social media, us being isolated, society, and the way the world is looking right now, it's not looking good. 2020 really ruffled the feathers. It really shook the table because it hasn't been the same. But I truly feel like we're progressing. I truly feel like there's a rainbow at the end of this. But before a rainbow, there's a storm. And we're currently going through a storm right now. And I don't know how long the storm is gonna last, but I know it's not gonna look pretty. But to create the new, you gotta cast out the old. And when you cast out the old, it doesn't look that pretty. The process is not easy, it's not comfortable, but it's needed. And just the idea, just the thought of people just, like, for example, Instagram comments. You watch a reel or you go on a post, you will find, if you want to find the most miserable people, go under an Instagram comment. Go under an Instagram reel to the comments, you'll find the most miserable people on this planet. You want to find miserable people? Just go on Instagram reel. I can say the same thing for Facebook, because I was using Facebook for a while for like the marketplace, and boy, are those people not happy. And I can say the same when it comes to TikTok, any social media platform, even YouTube. People are so, they feel like they have the right to just tear down another person, say something negative, try to make another person feel horrible about themselves, but they don't even know that that's coming right back to them. What you put out into this universe is what you get back, whether you like it or not. The amount of damage and the amount of progress and the effect that you cause on another person, that effect will come back. That's literally how this works. Like, the amount you put in, the amount you put out is what you get in. Simple as that. And if you don't believe in karma, that's good for you. But over here, I believe in that because that makes sense. I honestly, it just pisses me off just thinking about the idea that, like, it's so common. I'll watch a funny TikTok. It'll be something simple. A person could be dancing, just dancing. The first comment is, "Oh, I was thinking the same thing," or, "Oh, I ran to the comments." What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? But yeah, when you come, like, I remember middle school, right? I remember when I was in middle school, I used to get bullied in elementary and middle school. So whenever I see people get bullied, yeah, I'm a big advocate on bullying back because I don't tolerate that at all. You think you're gonna be a bully? I'll be a bigger one. I don't care. But anywho, middle school, there was this boy, right? He commented the N-word on, like, my friend's post. Neither of my friend or him were black. Argue with your mama on how you feel about the word. I don't care. If you ain't black, don't say it. That's how I see it. And sometimes, and I'm starting to think that nobody should say it, low key. But hey, I think that is in the hands of what black people decide to do, to each their own. But anywho, back to the story. Yeah, I saw he commented the N-word, and I'm like, this is not a black person. So I asked my friend, who is this? He told me. And I'm like, oh, he goes to our school? All right, bet. I couldn't find him. Fast forward, I was posting, no, I did post a video. I posted like a post on Instagram, and he commented on it. And he had something negative to say. He was saying something like, it looks trash or something. I don't remember what he said, but I remember like looking at the comment and I'm like, what? Where did that come from? Like, I don't even know this kid. Why is he being negative? So I'm like, all right, bet. My friend told me who he is. I find him that one day in the middle, like one day at the end of the school day, I found him. Like, I see him walking with this guy and I went up to him. I was like, what was all that you had to say on Instagram? You gonna match that energy or what? Like, I was basically being confrontational. I'm like, so what you said on Instagram, you gonna stand on it? That's in the lines of what I said. That's not verbatim, but that's what basically I said. He couldn't even look me in the eye. He couldn't even form a sentence. He was just stuttering and he just ran away. Not literally run, but he was basically walking faster than me so he can get away from me. You had so much to say behind that screen, but in person you didn't have that same energy. That proves how weak people are. That really does. And as a society, we got to do better. And I truly believe at this time, if you can't even bring human decency, if you don't have any humanity within yourself, if you're just not a decent human being and you have no lick of empathy, compassion, or just straight up basic human decency within you, you're not going to come to this new earth. You're not going to be in the line for what the new earth has in store for you, because that's not what Mother Gaia has in store. I truly believe that. You're causing chaos, you're sitting down. I get it, hurt people, but when you cross the line, you cross the line. Because I see way too many people hurting because another person can't keep their comments to themselves. And I'm sick of it. I truly am. But we gotta do better as a society. And he will. Stay woke, my reflection. Thanks for having time. We'll talk to you.